One, two, one, two. All right, let's roll.
Welcome. You're listening to the Saddle Up Podcast,
where we discuss everything related to UTRGV athletics, past or present. We'll catch up with old teammates, friends, and take you down memory lane
with exclusive interviews.
This is the Saddle Up Podcast,
the voice of your covered walkway streets. So dope.
This is gonna be awesome.
Stay tuned for new episodes every week.
From Bronx Village to the Fieldhouse,
we'll cover it all.
Hell yeah, dude. Carpe diem.
So saddle up and let's go.
Let's go. Saddle up, partner.
All right, guys. Welcome to another episode of Saddle Up Podcast. I'm your co-host, Matt Pongos. G, what's going on, my main man? How you doing today?
Man, what's going on, Matty P? Man, we're just relaxing, you know. Well, not really. It's a huge work day, but anytime that we got a guest like this, a blast from the past, baby. You know, a former head coach, men's basketball at UTPA. We got to make time during the day to bring him in to tell us the stories, man. To tell us some great things that happened to him while he was here. That's where we met him, right? Nobody else but who, Matt? Who do we got on the show, man?
We got Coach Ryan Marks. Coach Ryan Marks, how are you doing? How are you, Coach? Long time no see. I mean, G was so prepared. He didn't even fix his hair today. I mean, he just so like busy.
Coach, I got a haircut today just for you, man. If you
can't
tell.
Not aging, man. I'm impressed. It's like the first time I met him 13, 14 years ago.
The fact that we all still have hair from 14 years ago, like 14 years later, is amazing, right?
We've beaten the odds.
Shout out to my mom and dad for that one. I love you, Mom. Yeah, so
thank you, Grandma and Grandpa.
Yeah. So, Coach, how are you doing? Like, it's been years. I mean, we still have each other's numbers in our phones, but this is the first time we've kind of reconnected in quite some time. So, how are you doing?
Yeah, been too long. I'm doing great. You know, right after I left the Valley, came to University of St. Francis, an NAI school in the Chicago suburbs. Been here 11 years, starting season 12, and has been great. Chicago's home originally. My wife's from Cleveland, had spent a lot of time in Chicago previously, so there was a lot of good things about getting back here. And you know, before I came down to UTPA, I was at St. Edward's in Austin.
Okay.
And this place is kind of has a similar feel to it, academically and stuff. So that was something that made it kind of an easy transition. So
now let me ask you this. I know it's never fun being let go or, you know, whatever, but do you think being let go and then ended up at St. Francis where you're at now and you had, you know, success there for the, like you said, the last 11, 12 years, right? Do you think there was a blessing, you know, in disguise that you got to come back up to the Midwest, to the, you know, where you're from, close to where your wife is from? Do you kind of look at it? Was it a blessing, or I'm just curious?
You know, right. Hey, we've all got our own takes on things, spirituality of things. Like, do things happen for a reason?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. But part of coming back here was, my mom, so my folks were together a long time. My dad passed away at 95 when I was at UTPA.
I remember that.
My mom was getting older and was on her own when we came back here. In the first couple of years, her health declined. So we were here for the rest of her life. I mean, I think that was good.
Yeah.
You know, there's different things why being back here and close to family has been great. And St. Francis is a wonderful place, you know, but sure, like I always think about, hey, if we had been able, like our staff had been able to continue down there and we would still be there and maybe some of the things we would have accomplished. So, right, like anything, we get thrown curveballs and we try to hit them if we can, and we adapt and make the best of it. So it's been terrific to be back here the last 12 years, going into year 12 coaching wise, but certainly miss the Valley too.
Yeah. Oh, you miss the Mexican food, don't you? You miss the food?
Without a doubt. I mean, there's certain things, you know, there's even like menu items, you know, like if you're saying, well, hey, like if I walked into Costa Mesa or Coco's, like I don't need the menu. Like I know what I'm ordering, you know? Let's be honest.
I love it.
There's certain things we prioritize in life
We definitely prioritize. Yeah.
You know, I probably have basketball is 1B, but you know, fine dining is 1A.
Yeah. You know, it's crazy. It's crazy because we usually ask. That's one of the questions that we ask. If you've seen any of the shows, is when you during your time here, what was your favorite place to eat? We just jump right into it, man.
Yeah.
Find
he named them right off.
That good.
Yeah, he named them right off the bat. Like boom, Coco's and Costa Mesa. Those are my spots.
Costa Mesa, Republic of the Rio Grande, Santa Fe Steakhouse.
Oh, man,
Taco
Coach.
Palenque late night, right?
What do you know about Taco Palenque late night, Coach? Come on.
Because you're going to watch another hour of film. Taco Palenque's open. Back then was Tony Roma's was still open.
Yeah.
The Phallics, who are longtime season ticket holders, were Tony Roma's folks going there for beef ribs. Like,
man.
There's a lot of, you know, obviously Chicago's a great food city, but I certainly had to reacclimate my my eating priorities when we got back here.
You have to change the palate, man. You have to
Amazing.
No guacamole here like there is down there, I'll tell you that. The guacamole at Coco's, nobody can recreate that in
There's no way.
Northern Illinois, I'll tell you that right now.
Oh man. Oh.
Wow. Well, speaking of great dining and great times in the Valley, you know, we want there's viewers on here that don't know who Coach Marks is, you know, and don't know the years that you coached here at UTPA, and we want to talk about that time, you know, a little bit if you don't mind. We go into you know, how was your time? When did you coach here? You know, how was your time here? We want to kind of go into some stories that relive some of those memories from the UTPA Bronc days, if you don't mind.
Yeah, of course. You know, like, you know, and exaggeration aside, like, loved my time there. So many special people that we met from, you know, that we worked with, the players, you know, our neighbors, all that kind of thing. Got there in 2009, spent 4 years there, and was really in sort of like an interesting transitional spot with the men's basketball program. And that, you know, I followed Coach Schuberth, who ironically is also a Chicago guy.
Yeah,
that's right.
And, you know, Tom, like, I was still going, like, did a magnificent job in his time there. There was turnover in administration. There was turnover in athletic directors. You know, we don't get that, but like really, look, one of the reasons I had trepidation about taking the job was because I thought Coach Schuberth had done such a terrific job and kind of got pushed out. Because of some of the dynamics. And, you know, obviously I came, and when I was hired, there was an interim president, interim AD. Those people continue to move on. And we were on probation when we got there in 2009. We had a scholarship penalty. We had a staff penalty. We could only have 2 assistants in the first year. You know, so we're obviously in the Great West, right, which had been formed to try to have a scheduling alliance. There were still 7 teams then. I think it was, besides us, Houston Baptist, Chicago State, North Dakota, South Dakota, NJIT, Utah Valley. The first year, right? So, you know, those road trips were absolutely crazy. You know, the funny thing would be, like, people are like, oh, well, at least you have the North Dakota, South Dakota road trip. Those are close to each other. I guess 6.5 hour drive, right? One night we got beat in, like,
and it's minus 20 in between. Like, who wants to do that road? It's not like you're going from Orlando to Miami, you know, it's like,
we played a really good game, lost in like double overtime at South Dakota. Then the next day you get on the bus like 6.5 hours to North Dakota. Man, some funny memories that way. But yeah, you know, so I was there 2009 to 13. And regardless of anything, made progress every year. Our best season was our last season, which was 12-13. We finished up 500. You know, one of the better, I think one of the 3 better seasons in the last 25 years. So, like, that was a special year for sure, with a great group of kids. Brandon Provost, Jared Marie, Aaron Urbanus, Jesus Delgado. I want to list a lot of the guys, but those were some of those core guys on that
you
last
still keep
team.
in touch with any of those guys? Do they call you like, hey, Coach, how you doing? Like, you know?
Yeah, for sure. Though some of those guys I mentioned in particular, and Urbanus is one that is sort of. I mean, I love those guys because they're great kids and good players. Urbanus has sort of a unique spot in my heart because he was from Austin, and we were looking at him possibly to come to St. Ed's. Before I made the move.
Yeah.
And then when I came to Pan Am, we were short on scholarships and we convinced him to come as a walk-on. And Aaron was probably as a freshman, 5'10", like 140, 145 pounds. And a great story about him was he was practicing really well. But, you'd look at him physically and just go like, I don't know if I can put him in these games. And we were playing some of those big guarantee games early in the year. Missouri, like Texas had Dexter Pittman and Avery Bradley and these guys. So, we were undermanned that year, but we were really we were competing night in and night out early. We came home, we played Northern Arizona right after Christmas break. And was the first game we just didn't play well at all in the first half. We're down 21, I think, at the half. I remember turning to my assistants, Roderick Rhodes, who had been a great player, was on our staff. Like, should we try Urbanus? So we throw him in there. He has a great second half. We lose the game by 3. And then we're going on a 3-game road trip, Air Force, Virginia, Northwestern.
Wow.
So
what a trip, man.
Yeah, great travel dynamics.
Yeah.
I remember it was Tony Bennett's, I think, first year at Virginia. And so, but we're going to Air Force first. And I remember same thing, asking the assistants, like, guys, can we start Urbanus against these teams? So, yeah, why not? So we go to Air Force, play a good game. Like, we're in the game. Urbanus plays great. I get an email after the game from a Air Force season ticket holder saying, "Hey, coach, just want to let you know, you guys had a really scrappy team. And that little guy, Aaron Urbanus, man, he's fearless."
Wow.
And with the exception of a knee injury a couple years, he basically started every game, the majority of all the games when he was healthy the next 4 years. The fact
that an opposing season ticket holder or fan did the research to find your email, and head coaches' emails are not easy to find on the internet, right?
Right.
It's not. So the trouble that they went through to just basically voice their opinion or their, that is amazing.
And hey, get this. So some years later, when I got here, we went down and played in San Antonio. And that guy had relocated to San Antonio, and he and his family came to watch our St. Francis team play.
Wow.
Oh, the guy, the same guy that sent you that email.
Same guy that sent us the email after the Air Force game.
Either he's an Aaron Urbanus fan or he's a Ryan Mark stalker. I don't know what it is, but I get emails all the time about G, like, hey, the show would be great. We could just lose a co-host, but
like, where does he live? We want to get his autograph, all that kind of stuff. He gets hounded on this stuff, Coach, and man, we need some direction on how to handle these people. But
for a small fee, I'd be happy to help.
Yeah, that's so funny.
Security, Coach Mark. Security.
That's an amazing story, Coach. That's really cool. Yeah.
Hey, we need to get Urbanus on the show.
Oh, that was going to lead to one of my question towards the end. I've got that question. Hold on, G. You're getting a little ahead of yourself.
No, man. I'm not. I need this guy. I need to talk to
We need Aaron Urbanus on the show.
We need it.
He's doing great. Living in Austin, started his family, doing terrific. Works in real estate. Really one of a bunch of those guys that are all doing really well.
That's awesome.
Amazing.
That's cool. That's really cool. So you move in 2013, you go up to St. Francis, acclimate. There's no good guacamole up there. Like you're trying to figure your way out, right? But how has it been since? Like, obviously you're a hell of a coach. and you left Pan Am with that 500 record that final year, and you made improvements throughout your 4 years. How have you been doing at St. Francis? I mean, we kind of already know, but I want you to tell. I want you to kind of toot your horn a little bit, like, let them know how you're doing.
No, we've had a pretty good run. This has been a place that traditionally, consistently has been solid. We've had, I think we've been to the NAI national tournament 3 times. We've been in the upper half of the league most years. It's funny, we're coming off a couple years where we've had some injuries.
Okay.
And knock on wood, I don't know if my desk is really wood or not, but we'll say it's got the wood look about it. So it's probably close enough.
It came in a box and you got to put it together. It's not real wood, Coach.
Right. Like it's got that feel to it. But we'll hope that the sentiments are correct. We're healthy this year. We think we have a really nice team this year, which would be cool. I'm looking forward to the season a lot.
So, Coach, what teams do y'all play in your?
Our conference is comprised mostly of teams in Northern Illinois, a couple in one in Wisconsin, one in Iowa, 4 in Indiana. Some of the teams that are powers relative to our level are good in our league traditionally. Olivet Nazarene, St. Xavier, which is on the south side of Chicago. IU South Bend has been very good. St. Ambrose out in Iowa is a team that has a lot of history.
I've heard of that.
Y'all play Missouri Baptist by chance?
It's funny. We played them in a really good game in the COVID year.
Okay.
And it's when everybody was struggling to be up and running and playing.
Yeah.
And it was one of those deals like we had to cancel it. Like we had a game, maybe it was supposed to be on like a Monday that got canceled like 4 or 5 days before because the team we were supposed to play couldn't play. And Missouri Baptist had the same thing happen. And someone told me, goes, "Hey, Ryan, you should check with Missouri Baptist. Like they're looking for a game." So we literally ended up like scheduling each other like 3 days ahead of time.
Nice.
And they came up here and played, and we ended up, I think, pulling it out, but it was a heck of a game. It was really it was fun.
My son currently plays for Missouri Baptist, so he's a junior. Yeah. So
Spartan, man.
Yeah. So they're like they're in the Missouri side of St. Louis, right? So
No, great program. Great spot.
Yeah.
But speaking of spots, man, if talk to us a little bit about the culture in Chicago. My wife and I talk about this all the time, man. We want to go back. We visited a long time ago. What's it? I mean, what the eateries there? I mean, what do you do on a day off, man? Let's say that what's Coach Marks doing to relax in Chicago?
And it's funny, like when you're in I've always felt this, like when you're in coaching, right? As we do, like I love to watch basketball. But if we're watching another college game, a pro game, it's never really quite like as a fan. Like you're always kind of thinking like, hey, they just ran, that action on offense. And he was like, whereas like watching other sports, you can still do as a fan.
Yeah.
So
you're not picking it apart like you are a basketball game.
Yeah. So like we live 3 miles from Wrigley Field. So getting to some Cubs games is great. Our son, who just turned 10, is interestingly a White Sox fan. So he's had a rough summer trying to figure out what the heck has happened. And when you're young, you go like, well, what? Like we're not any good. And then why did we trade away the few good guys we had? We traded away.
Yeah.
Now we're even worse,
And you're having that conversation with a 10-year-old. You're like, well, there's fiscal responsibilities and, reset the market.
But he's all in on he's a Chicago sports fan. He's all in on the Bears. So it was just his 10th birthday. Like part of it, we got tickets for one of the Bears games this year.
Sweet.
So, sports stuff. In the summer, Chicago's a great city because you're on the lakefront. There's a lot of live music, street festivals, terrific restaurants. It's, I'm biased because it's home, but it's one of the great, fun, major metropolitan.
If G and I were to hop on a plane today and go and visit you and take your word for it, where would be the spot that you would take us? Like, first of all, you got to pick us up from the airport, but then when we're driving in the car and you ask, "Hey guys, you hungry?" and we say yes, where are you taking us?
I mean, it's recruits.
Right. I mean, you have to navigate a little bit the palate, you know, and what you like. There's different spots for different vibes. We've got a place in what would be called like just south of downtown, kind of near where University of Illinois Chicago is. Okay, we got a place called Manny's, which is like an old time cafeteria style. Its original roots like used to do a huge lunch business, like business time lunch business.
Yeah,
corned beef sandwich, pastrami.
Oh man,
you name it. Like so that's kind of like I think it's like a good like taste of Chicago spot. Obviously, right? Like pizza, you're gonna want to try pizza somewhere. Got a bunch of them. Lou Malnati's is probably sort of like a staple that everybody kind of likes. There's different, people got their preferences. This place called the Chicago Pizza and Oven Grinder Company. Been around forever. Like we like that one. Ribs, we got a great spot for you. You guys.
I'm already hungry.
Gee,
you're gonna have to close really it. I'm on my way to. I'm going to the airport right now. I'm booking a flight. Like,
we'll be ready. I won't eat for about a day and a half till you get here, so we can hit all the spots.
Oh man!
But Coach, we got about 5 minutes left, and I know G's got a couple of questions, but
I'm chomping at the bit to get you through the speed round, Coach.
Yeah, I got one question before G gets into his. I know you've seen a couple of the episodes, right? But who is one guest that you would like to see us have on the show? And here's the catch.
Yeah.
You've got to help us get them on the show. Ooh, so who is that one person that you want to see on Saddle Up?
So I'm going to give you so Urbanus would be a great one.
Okay.
Player. I had some great guys on my staff, one of which was Tim Anderson, who's now an assistant at University of Illinois. And has become kind of like one of the elite recruiters at the Division I level and like the high major level. Awesome. Tim would be he'd be a terrific one to have. I'd be happy to get him on with you.
Awesome. Tim Anderson and Urbanus. Let's do it. Those are the two. All right.
If you're watching the show, we're coming after you, brother.
Yeah, you got to share this with him, Coach. We're coming after you, Tim. Yeah. All right, G, hit him with the speed round. Let's go.
All right. Hey, Coach Marks. With this speed round, I know you don't live down here, but when you come down here, we'll hook you up with some Wing Barn gift cards. All right. Or we're also going to give it away to a fan that makes a comment on the Facebook.
Yep. Comments.
Whenever we post your show, if somebody comments, "Hey, Coach Marks, man, what's going on?" We're going to give them some Wing Barn gift cards as well.
On your behalf. Yep.
Love it.
You're feeding somebody in the valley, Coach.
Yeah, and Wing Barn's been nice enough to give us some gift cards to give away.
Yeah, it's really cool for them to support.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. All right, we're gonna play a speed round of this or that, Coach. Okay. So I'm gonna give you this, and I'm gonna give you that, and you just pick whichever one comes to your head as quickly as possible. Okay.
All right.
Okay. Off the top of your head now, and there's some surprises in here. All right. Ready? All right. Superman or Batman?
Batman.
All right. Rain or shine?
Shine.
Yes, sir. Beach or mountains?
Probably mountains.
All right. Come on, Coach. You're
that's a tough one. And I know South Padres, down the road.
Yeah.
So
I got you. All right. I know this one. LeBron or Jordan?
Jordan or Jordan.
Jordan. I
knew it. All right. The Cubbies or the Bears?
Oh, man.
I added that one during the show.
Yeah, that one's hard as heck. I'm going to say Bears.
Okay.
All right. Coach, Cunningham, he's going to be good or not?
Williams?
Kalen Williams.
Caleb, sorry.
Yeah.
I'm a USC alum from Chicago. I think this is finally our ticket back to the Super Bowl.
You think so?
You just need somebody to throw over 4,000 yards. Y'all need a QB to do it.
I'm aimlessly drinking the Kool-Aid.
Yeah.
Don't tell Caleb I messed up his name, by the way. All right.
No,
He knows.
that's all right.
He watches this show.
Yeah, he does.
That's what I've heard.
Yeah.
Pancakes, pancakes or waffles?
Waffles.
All right. Coffee or tea?
Man. Really neither.
Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah, I'm a rare neither, but like one or the other, I'd go coffee.
Nice.
All right. Sounds good. Comedy or drama?
Comedy.
All right. Shaquille or
Second
Hakeem?
city. We're a second city town.
Yeah.
Yeah. Shaquille or Hakeem?
Whew.
Who do you have on the roster, Coach? You got one.
Shaq.
Shaq? All right.
Yeah, that one's hard.
Dominator. I know.
Yeah.
I know. Phone calls or text messages?
I much prefer phone calls, but I text far more.
Yeah.
I'll say phone calls.
Candy or popcorn?
Candy.
All right.
It's an easy one.
Ketchup or mustard?
Yeah, that's hard. But as a Chicagoan, you have to answer mustard.
You got to go with mustard. Yeah.
If you talk Chicago hot dog, you got to go mustard.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah.
All right. Penguins or seals?
Penguins.
Come on, Coach.
I love it.
Without a doubt,
I
Penguins.
love it.
Without
G
a
and I are
doubt.
looking like penguins right now with the white shirt and the black shirt.
Yes.
So there you go. We knew it was coming.
I felt
Yes,
that
sir.
vibe.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And we'll have to explain that, Coach. We'll have to explain that later. By the way.
Yeah, no doubt.
All right. All right. So last one. You're drawing up a play, man. All right. Last second. Do you go for the win for a 3 or do you go for a dunk? A 2. So a 2 will get you a tie game. A 3 will get you a win. And it's Matt that you're drawing up the dunk for, and it's me that you're drawing up the 3 for. Who do you go with?
Because I'm a big fan of both of you guys, I'm going to say this. If we're on the road, I'm drawing it up for Coach Garza to bang a 3 and go home. But if we're at home, I'm going to get Mac at the dunk and go to overtime because we're going to win the overtime at home.
That's right. And all you're going to do is help my NIL money. All my NIL status for tying the game, baby. Let's go.
There's an old Boz Scaggs song, the Lido Shuffle, where he says one more shot before we quit it. When you're on the road, it's Lido Shuffle time, man. You got to bang that 3 and get the heck out of there.
I got you, Coach. I got you.
I love it. So diplomatic. I mean, you and Coach Kruger answered that perfectly. You know,
perfectly.
So, yeah.
Oh,
good deal.
Well, thanks so much for joining the show, Coach. And I know you're busy, and we can't thank you enough for taking the time out of your busy schedule. We wish you all the success. We wish you a winning season for your 12th season there at St. Francis. And if there's anything we can ever do for you, please don't hesitate to reach out, and you're always welcome back.
I appreciate it. I'm going to say one thing really, really fast because I know we got to wrap up.
Go for it.
Maybe one of the most unique things that we didn't get to cover when I was at UTPA, my favorite thing was going to the baseball games and watching the games with Coach Ogletree and his wife.
Oh man, Coach!
What an unbelievable privilege as a coach to spend time around him, watch his players come back, and that's one thing I think of even all the time here is like when you think about what your coach, what you would like your coaching legacy to be, or what you do, like to change to be transformative, like Coach Al was. That was one of my huge privileges I'm so thankful for that I experienced down there.
Coach, what a way to wrap up the show, Coach. Man, that's amazing. That's amazing.
Coach, you were at Jim, and we appreciate you, and you're welcome back anytime.
Awesome. Great to see you guys.
Great.
We'll get those other guys on.
Yeah. Till then, guys. Till next week. V's up.
V's up.
Like we weren't supposed to come up with something this clean, like something happened.